So we had a conversation.
We did.
I think it was like second or third. It was third weekend.
Yeah.
First week, you were like, this is the best thing since sliced bread.
Because it was.
Right.
Hmm.
And it's because it's all new and exciting, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Third week, you hit a wall a little bit.
Hmm.
And it worried me a little bit because I feel like you being trans adds another layer of stuff you have to deal with.
Mm.
I understand it's hard for all kids freshman year, especially the first few weeks, few months, but you have that added stress of having to figure yourself out on top, right? And you said something to me that I thought was very poignant. You said, I'm not as strong as I think I
As I
was.
thought I was.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
I think in that moment, I realized that being independent and being an adult was a lot more difficult than I thought it would be because there's so many things that nobody's telling you that you have to do. And it's not even just laundry or whatever, but emotionally, things pile up. And if you don't give enough attention to them, they'll spill over. And I thought I had the strength to prevent that spillover before it would happen. I thought I would just have an intuition that, it's time to call mom or anything like that. But I realized that the confidence that I had back home isn't necessarily going to translate to this new environment the exact same way.
You're saying it has nothing to do with being trans or not. It's just confident in your abilities.
Not in my abilities for school per se, but making friends and adjusting to the new life. I'm realizing now on week 6 that it's hard for everyone. I've had other of my new friends come talk to me about this, but I thought being trans gave me this superpower of resilience in a way, because for so long back home, that was what I had to put up to kind of make it through. And now it's much better, and I'm much more confident in myself in that way. But just because I was confident doesn't mean I'm always confident.
I think what you're saying in terms of, being home and being much more confident about your transness, is that even a word?
Yeah, transness.
Is a word?
Yeah, it's a common word.
Look at me. Well, firstly, I think it was a humongous part of your persona back home.
It
Okay.
was.
Right. You didn't know any other trans kids really,
No.
right? Maybe one or two.
Right.
And now
California.
where you are, you've got more friends and other people around who have a similar experience. I think that every single one of your friends is going through the same hills and valleys as you are,
Right.
whether they're trans or not.
No, for sure.
And it's really, really good that you're so self-aware that you recognize that this is not an easy path, not being trans, going to school for the first time. It's not easy.
No.
And that you're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. 2 days later, after you called me hysterical because you were sure that you'd made a mistake in many ways, in school, you were like, you were like happy as a clam.
I know.
Do you know you did the same thing to me when
At
you were
camp?
like at camp?
Because I would send the letters.
Oh my
When
God.
I was so sad, I would only send letters home when I
You
was
sent
sad.
the letter. And I was in Dallas and you were in Canada. By the time the letter got to me and I read the letter about how miserable you were and how you hate everything, I would call the camp director hysterical. I have to speak to you. We'd get you on the phone and you'd be like, what?
No,
I
I know.
can't. I wanted to kill you.
I
But
know.
anyway, I'm glad that that you were able to share then and you're able to share now. Sometimes don't share so much. Sometimes I'm glad they didn't need to know everything.
No.